Where there's a will, there's a way. Well, there's a will, there's a way. You can laugh if you want. Laugh on. Where there's a will, there's a way. Many of you have heard this saying many times.
My name is Elder 360. I'm honored to be able to bring this message to you. This message is so profound until if God said he'll give everyone $1 billion to prove anything I'm about to say wrong, nobody could get one dime. This is what I like about this message because it's universal. It applies to every human being on the planet, or every living thing in the universe. The will, the action of willing, is the only entity in the universe that has the ability to make things happen. When we will for something positive or negative to be for another, we are actually sowing. And most people really don't know that, like I didn't know at one time. I thought my will was my determination, how hard I tried, the effort I put forth, or my act of telling someone to do something. But God took me in meditation and revealed to me that the action of willing is the only entity in the universe that has the ability to make things manifest or materialize. Listen to me and listen to me closely. This is simplistic, complex thinking. You will hear without a shadow of a doubt the absolute truth. The first fact that we will actually speak about is the fact that the action of willing for a creation to exist must always exist before the creation itself. God made me pay attention to this. Before God created the sun, the moon, and the stars, he willed for them to be. Before man or woman made all the things he or she has made, they had to will for them to be. Before a fish swim, before a bird fly, they must will to do that. So if God said he'll give all of us on the planet $1 billion if we can show one creation created or made by anything that got here before that living thing willed it to be, nobody get one dime. Now, the second fact is this. Everything in God's creation is an entity. An entity is one individual thing. God made me pay attention to the sand on the ground, and I saw each grain is separate, has its own purpose. The atoms, the protons, the neutrons, the electrons, every action is one individual thing. So if God told everything in the universe, every living thing in the universe, they can earn $1 trillion just by showing anything in the universe that isn't one individual form with the purpose that it serves. Anything that is not an entity, nobody get one dime. So this proves the action of us willing for something to be good or bad for another is one individual action. Now let's apply the fact that the action of willing for a creation to exist must exist before the creation itself. It proves that the action of willing is a separate action, has its own purpose, and its only purpose is to make things manifest or materialize. And this is why we have the saying, where there's a will, there's a way, or when Yeshua or Jesus said, not my will be done, but thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The last and final fact that goes along with this is God showed me that everything created by him exists in a variety. You find one grain of sand, you find a variety. One bird, one animal, one tree, one atom, one proton, one neutron, you find a variety. So if God said, I'll give you $1 billion right now, show me one thing created by me that does not exist in a variety, none of us can get one dime on the planet Earth. So this proves the action of willing exists in a variety like everything else. Each and every individual has a will of their own. So this proves that God gave each and every individual on this planet the only force that make things manifest or materialize. And that's your ability to will for something to be or have intent for something to be. So that's the information about the will. So will the best for others because you are sowing when you will, and you must reap what you sow. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Well, there's a will, there's a way. You can laugh if you want. Laugh on. Where there's a will, there's a way. Many of you have heard this saying many times. Where there's a will, there's a way.